Hello, and what is up, guys? My name is Jager-M from Screencasterz. Doing an update to my Chaos Shaddolls Dragons. My Chaos Dragons with the Shaddolls engine teched into it. It's a really fun deck. It did take a massive hit when Construct got banned on the November ban list, which is where I'm adapting this build from, which is November ban list. Um, if you don't understand, Construct was kind of the main card. The fact that you can dump a light and dark from your deck to the graveyard, basically to fuel any of your actual chaos monsters, like, BLS, Light Pulsar, Chaos Sorcerer, and things like that. It basically was a double, two big monsters. So not only did you have your construct into plays that you can generate off that, and the advantage you can gain from it just being on the field, and the foolish burial it is when it's summoned. You also get a light and dark engrave, like a Wyvern or a Squamata, or well, actually both in that case. So you get to thin out your deck by banishing your red MD or dad. You get to use Squamata's effect to draw, to send Beast to draw a card, send Falco to get some field advantage, send Dragon to pop some back row. It's a really good card. The fact that it got banned really took a big hit on this deck, and that's why I haven't been playing it as often. But a lot of you guys really were hammering down, hey, we want to see an update to your Chaos Dragon Shaddolls. We gotta see it. And I thought, well, okay, but I typically like to space out my deck profiles a little bit, especially if they're the same deck that I just posted. I just posted an old school Chaos Dragon deck profile. If you guys haven't seen it. Yeah, a link for it will be down below, hopefully, if I can remember. But yeah, one more thing I do want to mention before I get into the actual deck profile. I have been trying out another engine from Chaos Dragons. It is the Backjack engine. It's really fun. It's in the absolute infancy because I have been checking in some things for that. And I'll show you guys a little piece of it near the end of the video because I'm still working out a lot of things about it. But it's really fun. I like Backjack. He's one of my favorite cards from the Return to Bling. He's a really good effect too, in case you haven't seen it. So stay tuned for the end of the video for that. So yeah, this is my update to my Chaos Dragon Shaddolls. I've been talking for a little bit too long. But I have two variants of Chaos Shaddolls. Of Chaos Dragons I actually play in real life. There's this one and my actual build. I kind of separated them because this isn't my main build anymore ever since Construct got banned. But without further ado, I've been talking for a little bit too long. Let's get into the Chaos Dragon Shaddolls deck profile. Alright, first things first. We do one red MD, one dad, and one BLS, kind of self-explanatory. The deck is built to make these guys as soon as possible. Then we're doing 3 Light Pulsar, 1 Hieratic Dragon of Tefnuit, and 1 Chaos Sorcerer. I would play 2 Chaos Sorcerer, but I could not find much room for it. Yeah, I freaking love Chaos Sorcerer. Really good card. I've always been a huge advocate of on-the-spot banishing. It's my favorite mechanics, or effects in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Just banish a card like Michael. Michael is still a really good card even now. But yeah, Chaos Sorcerer puts in a lot of work. You banish Light and Dark, special summon them. You can banish a monster on the field, and you can just use them as synchro material because you can't attack that turn to use that effect. Now, this is a cool card, Tefnuit. I always like this card. I'm a huge fan of Heretics because I love Dragon decks. I mean, look at this super sexy play mat. Everybody loves Clearwing Synchro, even though I don't own one. Anyway, Tefnuit's effect is if your opponent has a monster and you don't, you can special summon them, which is really good. He's a light dragon a light level 6 dragon that can be brought back with your red MD for more synchro plays. He's basically your 4th Light Pulsar. There are some times where it's easier to summon the Light Pulsar, like when you're starting to duel and something going second. And he's kind of like the same basic stats. Well, he has lower stats, but basically, he's a light dragon. If you synchro him a glow up bulb, you can make Michael because he's light. I don't really use a tributing thing because I don't have any normals, but one cool thing you could try teching in is putting a Labradorite dragon, because Labradorite is actually a level 6 tuner and it's dark. So if you're doing an Ultimaya token, like the Crimson Dragon build of the deck, you can definitely try the Heretics. They do have some weird synergy. I might do a variant on that in the future. But yeah, you can special summon this guy, normal summon your Plague or Falco and something, do your synchro plays. They're really good. I really do like them. So there's that. Light Pulsar, kind of self-explanatory. It's the best dragon in the deck. The best, I guess, medium-sized dragon, because Red MD is the biggest one. He's the medium one. The baby dragons are small. But yeah, set a Light and Dark from your hand to graveyard, just special summon them from the graveyard. You can banish those same ones to bring them out from your hand. He's really good. And if you destroy, you can bring back your Hot Red, you can bring back your Beals or Red MD. He loops with that. Yeah, sometimes I just bait him into Torrential Tribute so they destroy him and Red MD at the same time. And think, oh shit. And then, he brings back Red MD, and Red MD brings him back and stuff like that. 2 baby dragons of each attribute. Well, light and dark. We got black baby dragon, 2 of them, and 2 white baby dragons. They're really great. 1 eclipse wyvern. When we get Chaos Emperor back, I'll be bumping this guy up to 2 and probably stay at 2 the more we get. So there's that. These guys are for your synchro plays. If you mill them, they're basically a source of light and darks if they're milled. They don't do anything in the graveyard, but if you use them as synchro material, you can add a copy of the opposite one for your deck to your hand. Basically, if you synchro with white baby dragon, you can add black baby dragon to your hand. You can split yourself 1 per turn. Yeah, 2/2 has always been doing good for me, and there's that. The Light Sworns, 3 Raiden, 2 Lila, and 2 Lumina. Going back to this, I was trying Felice, did not work out too well. I was thinking about running Mathematician just so I can run Felice a little bit better. It didn't work out too well because Mathematician also went to 1. Yeah, this deck took a lot of hits off the ban list. Not as much as I expected, honestly. Lumina brings back your Raiden. All these mill 3. Raiden mills 4 if you leave him on the field, but you can mill 2 at will, which is really nice. Also 2 at end phase if you keep him on the field. Synchro him with your Tefnuit or a Light Pulsar to make Leo, or Chaos Sorcerer if you're using Effective Banish to make Leo. You know, Lila, she can pop back row, which is really nice. I don't have like the $40 for each Galaxy Cyclone, but if you feel the need for Galaxy Cyclone, you can definitely run it. I still like Lila because, you know, some synergy. Your searchable MST basically would charge a Light Brigade. So that's it for the Light Sworns. Pretty standard, in my decks at least. Onto the Shaddolls side of things. Oh, where is it? Double Shaddol Lizard, Squamata. Double Beast, 1 Dragon, 1 Falco, and 1 Hedgehog. I was running Hedgehog at 3, and that proved a bit cloggy, so I bumped him down to 2. And I was actually running El Shaddol Fusion in another build. I didn't really debut that build because, like, right after the ban list dropped. And the thing about El Shaddol Fusion is a good card, but very rarely do you have, like, the fire in your hand for Grista, you know. Basically, what I used El Shaddol Fusion for in another build was basically to dodge out your construct into other things, you know. Like, I was trying 2 construct, just El Shaddol construct with, like, a Lumina in your hand or something to make another one, basically dodge the 101s and stuff. But now, with the deck being the way it is, since we don't have Construct anymore, very rarely we have that, I have Glow Bulb in my hand, and they're targeting my window, I can swap them out, you know, something like that. I feel like the real power of El Shaddol Fusion is it's at 1 now, but I was only running 1. But the true power of that card is that you get an extra attack, because it is quick play, and you can dodge effects, which is really nice. That's what makes Ritual Beast so good, they can dodge. Or 1 kind of hawk, you know. Rambling a little bit. Hedgehog, you can set him if it gets flipped up. You can add Shaddol Fusion. If you sent the graveyard by a card effect, you can add Shaddol to your hand. So basically, he makes Shekinaga almost always live with that free negation. Falco is for your board presence. I really do like Falco. I want to bump this guy to 2, but I just cannot find room. Dragon, also really good pots back row. Beast, both. We run 2 of them because it sucks if you draw into them, so you don't get the, draw if you Squamata and stuff like that. But basically, we send the graveyard by card effect. So basically, if you mill them with Squamata or with Shaddol Fusion from deck, you get to draw a card, which is really nice. And if you get set with Falco's effect, and you flip them, you get to draw 2 cards and discard 1, which is really nice. And Squamata is your gateway to all of these guys. If he's sent to graveyard, you can send any of these guys to get their effects. So he's not just 1 Dark and Grave, he's 2, which is really great. So that's it for the Shaddol side of things. I had to cut some of them out, well, the quantity or ratios and stuff, mainly because we aren't running too many fusions. Anyway, for Last of the Monsters, we run 2 Shekinaga targets. We run 1 Glow Bulb and 1 Pero. I was running Jet Synchron, but in this build we don't need it as much. So I just decided, just to put 2 Earths. And I was thinking about Card Trooper. I really do like Card Trooper, but for space and stuff. But I really do love Pero. Any deck that I can main this card, I will main this card. It is one of my favorite cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's so good. If he's in your graveyard, if you take any battle damage, banish him and destroy 1 card in your opponent's side of the field, which is awesome. They never see him coming. Even if you mill him, they will watch you mill him, and they won't do shit about it. It's awesome. I do like him. He's level 3. Make him and Lumina into Dante Olivier, which is really nice. And Glow Bulb is a standard level 1 tuner. Works in graveyard. Doesn't matter if you mill it. You only need 1 because it's once per duel. And both of these are Earths for your Shekinaga, and they can be dumped from deck. And they both have effects in the graveyard, which is really nice. Onto the spells. 2 Shaddol Fusion, 2 Charged Light Brigade, same as last time. I was trying 1 El Shaddol Fusion. It wasn't as consistent as I wanted it to be. Because, back to the thing I'm saying, like, you don't always have an Earth in your hand or something like that. And most of the time, I do first turn Winda, which is awesome. Winda, even in this day and age, is still an extremely powerful card. Can be destroyed by opponent's card effects, and if you bring her out first, Your opponent gets one special summon if they're going second, you know, a lot of cool things with that. So not many decks have the extra normal summon thing like Constellars, Evil Swarms, and what's it, your Senjus have. We just normal, and then special. So Winda, even now, is still a really good card for the format as it's shaping up. But yeah, these two guys are pretty good. Charge mills you cards. They fill up your grade as soon as possible. I did cut Solar Recharge because I'm not a big fan of the card anymore. It's still really good, but not in this build. If you're running more Light Swarms, Solar Recharge is there for you. But I like Charge Life Brigade a little bit more. One Raigeki, one Dark Hole, one Soul Charge, and one Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial unlocks your entire deck. You can send Squamata to send Beast to draw a card, fix that deficiency. You can send Pero just because you can. You can send Raiden to make Lumina live, which is really nice. Cool things you can do with that. Soul Charge is a comeback play. I really do like this card. We don't spend too much life points at all, so this thing's almost always really healthy. Dark Hole and Raigeki is for the board wipe. Since we're in a format that's, I feel like we're heading into a very OTK-oriented format, so clearing out the opponent's board, getting rid of those damn infinities, yeah, we're going to enter infinity format pretty damn soon. So yeah, we need to bait that thing out, but it's really nice. This is an OTK deck, so clearing out the board is not bad at all. So there's that. Onto the traps, we run 3, 1 Shaddolls core, and double breakthrough skill. I was trying roll decrees, didn't work out too much. All 3 of these are millable. Like if you mill them, they still have something useful to do. So I really do like them. Shaddolls core, if you mill your Shaddolls fusion by accident or something, well, by accident, you just mill it. Shaddolls core gets it back to your hand, which is really nice. A breakthrough skill. It's Phoenix Chain that works twice and works with your deck. What's there not to like? So that's it for the main deck. Onto the extra deck. Only doing 2 fusions. I really want to try 2 Winda, but that's going to be for a separate time. Winda and Shekanaga. Construct did get hit on the ban list. She did get banned. But she will live on with Apocalypse Towers, who also got banned, in the form of Shekanaga. I love that picture. But yeah, both these are really strong cards. I'm trying out 2 Windas, but it didn't work out as well. I'm going to try and bump her up to 2 sometime. But the extra deck space is so freaking tight, and very rarely do I actually get into the second one. But if you resolve her, you kind of win the duel if you're going first, if you know what I mean. But anyway, Winda, she basically can make her when they dark. You try 2 Shaddolls or something like that. Basically, she can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects. She only get 1 special summon each player. It's really strong. Shekanaga, effect negation is really nice. She's got a 3000 body. It's really strong. I do like Winda and Shekanaga. Onto Xyz. We only do 2. Still to Levier and Dante. Dante gets you mills, he's a strong body, and a strong defense, which is really nice. And Levier is kind of more of an extension of your plays. You can make them very easily now with the Lumina as well as the Hedgehog as well as the Para overlaying them on each other, which is really nice. It makes you a little bit more cautious on what you banish because, hey, maybe I can go into Levier and bring it back. So yeah, I was trying out Utopia Beyond, but I didn't bring it out as often as I wanted to. And everything in the extra deck is up to personal preference. You can change out what you feel the need for it. But yeah. Oh, and when Utopia Beyond, there he is. I was looking where this guy was. I probably will take him out for a Clearwing Synchro when I get one. So there's that. Onto the Synchros, which is the biggest side of the deck. 1 Librarian, 1 Armatis, and 1 Goyo. I don't run the Stardust Warrior anymore. I do like that card, but with this build of the deck, you can't afford to be as gimmicky as you used to. You don't have as much leeway on the things you could do and the goofy things you can manage. But Librarian is still really powerful because you can draw cards. And gaining more advantage is insanely good in this deck. Armatis is by far the best level 5 we have at the moment. There's going to be a lot of traps, and he just gets over all of them. They can't activate him when he attacks or is attacked. Goyo still steals your opponent's girl, still strong, and still really powerful. Really easy to make with a Falco any level 4. For level 7s, we do 1 Frame Lord Zeta, 1 Michael, and 1 Black Rose Dragon. I don't have Omega. He's like a $30 card for whatever reason. And I can understand he's really powerful, and he's going to be really good in this deck because he recycles your banish stuff with the, you know. I do like Zeta too. Zeta's very, very, very underrated. He's basically can be activated like 101, but on your opponent's turn too. So like if they bring out Castel, before you use the effect, it'll just, you know, banish Zeta and him, the Castel, and they come back during your standby phase. He's really strong. It's always good to have a level 7 that works on your opponent's turn. He's really easy to make with the, Tefnuit, or like Pulsar with Glow Up Bulb, or Falco and like Armatis or something. A lot of cool things you could do with it, and the Lumina Michael play. Illumina Raiden play. Michael, still one of the best cards in the extra deck. I had to cut him for the Black Rose, one of them, and the Zeta. But Michael, on the spot banishing is really good. He mills for you and can be brought back with Red MD. Black Rose, actually, I've gotten to like this card a little bit more now because you can pop scales and stuff. And yeah, typically I bring him out first to destroy all their back row and then go off. He's really strong. I really like him. So that's the 7s onto the 8s. 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Hot Ray Dragon Archfiend, and 1 Beals. Beals makes a return to the extra deck. He's really powerful. Not a lot of decks have an out to Beals on the bat, and he kind of baits a lot of things out, same as always. Hot Ray Dragon Archfiend, he's generic Beals, basically, and the board wipe is nice. Scrap Dragon, you pop your Light Pulsar on your opponent's card. Light Pulsar effect kicks out, brings back Red MD from grave, and use that Red MD to bring back that damn Light Pulsar and loop it all over again. He's really good for comboing up. And 1 Leo, still really strong, really easy to make, and one of the best synchros in the game. So that's it for the deck profile. One last thing I do want to mention, that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, is the Backjack engine. You can try taking this into your Chaos Dragons. I'm still working on it. But, actually, King Backjack is a really strong card. He's a level 1 monster. He's dark. And he does get his effect as cost. Basically, this guy is sent to the graveyard, basically in any way. Kind of like a Eclipse Wyvern. You could look at the top 3 cards of your deck and reorder them. And during your opponent's turn, you can banish this guy from your graveyard and mill a card. If it's a trap, you can set it that turn. Typically, I really do like this card. He's a dark, so, in my journey to find appropriate darks for this deck, he does fill the gap. He's a 1-for-1, he's a 1-for-1 target, which is really nice. And one cool thing I found you could do with Backjack is, 1-for-1 him, 1-for-1 the Glow Up Bulb to make Backjack from your deck. Use Glow Up Bulb's effect to mill and bring it back. Synchro with the Backjack, because that's level 2. To make your Formula Synchron. And the cool thing is that Formula Synchron's effect and Backjack's effect activate at the same time, basically. So you can reorder the chains. So this will activate first, and then this activates second. Since chains was all backwards, his effect will kick off first. So you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reorder them, and then draw whichever one you put on top with Formula Synchron's effect, which is really nice. Like Pot of Duality on crack, I do like that. It's a really good play, I found out. Kind of gimmicky, but I do like it. And since you can make level 8s really easy, you can make Stardust Dragon, and since you got these guys on field, you can make Shooting Star Dragon, which is kind of a stretch, but extremely powerful. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to mention. I didn't feel like doing a whole video dedicated to it at the moment, but it is something I am considering. But yeah, that is the Chaos Dragon Shaddolls deck profile update, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Typically, I like spacing out my deck profiles of the same deck and stuff like that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do everything to make you guys happy and stuff like that, and improving the masses. But once again, my name is Jager-M from Screencasterz. Don't forget to like the video, comment the video, and subscribe to my channel. And tell me anything you want to know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to click the description, follow me on Twitter, and like the Facebook page to get updates on the things I do. Once again, my name is Jager-M from Screencasterz, signing out. See you guys.